Manchester United are once again in the headlines as they intensify their pursuit of reinforcements in midfield. The Red Devils, who have endured an unsettled summer with several changes to their squad, are now being strongly linked with Real Madrid's highly regarded Frenchman, Eduardo Camavinga. The story has stirred excitement among supporters, while also raising questions about the direction the club are taking in this transfer window. The need for fresh blood in the center of the park has become increasingly apparent following the departure of Christian Eriksen. The Danish playmaker, admired for his vision and composure, has left a considerable gap in Erik ten Hag's squad. His absence means United are somewhat threadbare in creative and transitional areas of midfield, forcing the club's recruitment team to explore urgent options. Adding to the concern is the temporary loss of Toby Collier. The promising young English midfielder, highly thought of within the academy setup, has been sent out on loan to West Bromwich Albion. While such a move is expected to aid his development, it further reduces Ten Hag's immediate choices in a department already lacking depth and balance. United have not been idle, however. The club have been repeatedly associated with a possible move for Brighton and Hove Albion's Carlos Baleba. The Cameroonian youngster has turned heads in the Premier League with his energy, dynamism, and physicality. At just 21 years of age, he is seen as a player with significant potential to develop into a top-class midfielder for years to come. Yet, Brighton's stance has proved problematic for the Old Trafford hierarchy. The Seagulls, known for driving a hard bargain in the transfer market, have slapped a hefty £120 million valuation on Baleba's services. Such a figure is far beyond what United are currently prepared to pay, particularly given their financial restrictions and ongoing efforts to remain compliant with spending regulations. This financial impasse has led United to explore alternative avenues. According to reports circulating in Spain, most notably from the outlet Fitches, the club have turned their attention towards Camavinga. The French international, still only 21, has long been admired across Europe for his maturity on the ball, tactical intelligence, and ability to influence games from deep. Intriguingly, Real Madrid are said to be open to the idea of cashing in on Camavinga. The Spanish giants, who have already assembled a formidable midfield featuring the likes of Jude Bellingham, Federico Valverde, Aurelien Tchouameni, and Luka Modric, appear willing to offload one of their prized assets if the right offer arrives. For a club of Madrid's stature, financial balance remains a priority despite their wealth of silverware. The figure being suggested is around €80 million. While still a considerable sum, it represents a significantly more attainable target compared with Brighton's inflated valuation of Baleba. United's decision-makers are believed to be weighing up whether Camavinga might provide the ideal blend of youth, experience, and pedigree at the highest level. Camavinga's role in Madrid has been somewhat mixed. Despite his undoubted talent, he has not always found himself among the automatic starters under Carlo Ancelotti. Last season in La Liga, he featured just 19 times, a tally that suggests he was often rotated or used as cover for others rather than being a central figure in the manager's plans. That being said, his contribution since arriving at the Bernabeu has been far from negligible. Since joining Real Madrid, Camavinga has already amassed a remarkable 180 appearances across all competitions. His adaptability has allowed him to fill in not only in central midfield but also as a makeshift left-back when required, a versatility that could prove invaluable for any side. In terms of end product, the youngster has chipped in with 4 goals, though his game is less about scoring and more about controlling tempo, breaking up opposition play, and linking transitions. He has also delivered several assists and played key roles in high-pressure encounters, showcasing composure beyond his years. Perhaps most impressively, Camavinga has already built an enviable collection of silverware. During his time at Madrid, he has been part of squads that have lifted no fewer than 11 trophies. Among those honors are 2 Champions League titles, an achievement that underlines both his experience at the elite level and his capacity to handle the biggest stages in world football. For Manchester United, the prospect of signing a player with such credentials is understandably tempting. Alejandro Garnacho, the highly rated Argentine winger, has officially completed a sensational move from Manchester United to Chelsea in the early hours of Sunday morning, the 31st of August, 2025, UK time. Once regarded as one of United's most promising attacking talents, Garnacho gradually saw his influence wane towards the end of the 2024-25 Premier League campaign. A reported falling out with head coach Rubenamorim only added fuel to the fire, and it became increasingly clear that his time at Old Trafford was drawing to a close. The London club, who had been monitoring his situation closely, seized the opportunity to bring the 21-year-old to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea confirmed the transfer on their official website, expressing delight at securing Garnacho's services on a long-term basis. The club announced that the winger has signed a 7-year contract, binding him to the Blues until the summer of 2032. Intriguingly, Chelsea refrained from disclosing either the transfer fee agreed with Manchester United or the shirt number Garnacho will inherit. Nevertheless, the statement underscored the sense of excitement within the club, hailing the Argentine international as a player of significant pedigree and promise. In his first words as a Chelsea player, Garnacho was visibly elated, describing the move as a dream come true for himself and his family. He spoke of his admiration for the club, calling the switch to West London an incredible moment and stressing his eagerness to get started. In typically passionate fashion, the winger referenced Chelsea's recent triumph at the FIFA Club World Cup, stating that joining the reigning world champions made the opportunity even more special. "This is one of the greatest clubs in football," Garnacho remarked, "and I cannot wait to step out at Stamford Bridge in front of the supporters." Born in Madrid, Garnacho spent his formative years in the Spanish capital, beginning his footballing education with Getafe before moving on to Atletico Madrid's academy. His prodigious talent soon attracted attention from abroad, and in October 2020, at the age of 16, he made the bold switch to Manchester United's youth system. It proved to be a defining step in his career, setting him on the path to first-team football at one of England's most illustrious institutions. Garnacho was handed his senior debut in April 2022 during a Premier League clash against Chelsea, just days shy of his 18th birthday. The following season he began to establish himself more firmly, registering 5 goals across 34 appearances in all competitions. One of the highlights of that campaign came when he netted a dramatic late winner at Fulham, a moment which endeared him to the Old Trafford faithful. By 2023-24, the young winger was becoming a household name in English football, making 36 league appearances and scoring 7 times, including a stunning strike against Everton and a brace at Stamford Bridge in a thrilling 4-3 victory over his new employers. The subsequent season proved even more fruitful. Garnacho featured an astonishing 58 times across all competitions, providing 11 goals and 10 assists as his importance to United's attack grew. Over the course of his 4.5 years in the first team, he accumulated 144 appearances and contributed directly to 48 goals. Amongst his most celebrated moments was the acrobatic bicycle kick against Everton, which earned him the prestigious FIFA Puskas Award in 2024 and cemented his reputation as one of football's most eye-catching young talents.